Because they're not fun to do, they're just spam buttons. Come on, surely. Okay. Okay. Man, it's a shame about the last run that died in chapter 9. Because he was really good. 40 seconds ahead after chapter 8 is nothing to laugh at. But in fairness, I do have 1 minute of time save in chapter 6, so there's that.
I'm not sure why anybody would set up this kind of construction. I guess this is just the beginning.
That was good. Good run so far. Oh, and this game also has in-game trackers of solutions with fewest triangles and stuff like that. So there's like a whole community that does kind of like portal, least portal solutions or that type of stuff. Well, I don't think there's a community, but there's like people who do that, and it's kind of cool. But a lot of it involves like pushing statues or idols and using them to step on them and gain height, which isn't very thrilling as a mechanic because you have to just kind of bump into them until they get into where you want them to be. Because obviously you cannot move them by clicking on them because you collect them if you do that. Oh yeah, you quick save and quick load at the altars at the end of each level because it makes the ending, like that orange triangle at the center of the altar, it shows up much faster if you quick save and quick load. Normally there's a whole animation with QSQL, it just kind of doesn't. Shows up immediately. This guy has a random chance of walking in your way, like exactly in your way. It doesn't happen very often at all. I only had it happen like once or twice. But if it does, you kind of have to detour, otherwise you just bump into him and he blocks your path. This chapter has like a lot of potential for alternative routes that aren't this, because this is basically a clip at the start to skip one puzzle and then intended. I've tried a lot of other routes, but none of them actually save time, which is unfortunate, because some of them are really cool. But yeah, I'm fine being 4 seconds behind this early on because my PP had a mental early game.
The wise Aegean people loved building shells. Everywhere they went, they made horizontal triangles.
There it is. We can now stick to triangles. Whoa.
Second try, you'll be able to walk the walls from now on. Walking on triangles needs some practice. At least, I imagine it does.
Oh, and you can also change your triangles to be of any color you want. I think that's one of the best features in this game. Could make my triangles purple and green if I wanted. Literally anything. I do red and yellow because they're like very distinctive colors that are easy to recognize whether a triangle is red or yellow. It's like really obvious to see. I destroyed a triangle because if you land on it, it changes your gravity and it like sticks you to the ground for a second or two. I guess not a second or two, more like a half second. But yeah. So we're doing this, right? Oh. It clipped me, but it doesn't want to do it again. Okay. Well. What the? Video game? Okay. There we go. Oh. Come on. Okay. Yeah, no, sadly there are no faster colors. It's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, the other runner of this game, he uses purple green, I think. Like some really weird pinkish purple shade and then green. But if this game ever got popular or to a marathon, you could totally have donation incentives for triangle color, which would be fun. Oh, okay. This is a fun skip because you cut a corner but you only save like 0.1 because sprinting speed is faster than jumping air speed. Okay. That worked. Again, I literally don't know how my Chapter 6 gold is so good. I don't know where I lost any of that time. Okay, I was scared it wasn't going to work for a second. Oh yeah, sometimes if you do quick save glitches, some minor things glitch out, like that guy's voice didn't properly voice. Oh, I didn't quick save, yeah, okay. You always want to quick save before doing that, because if you miss it, then you can potentially leave the box up there, but not get up there yourself, and then you're locked. So, yeah, well, I fucking knew this was going to happen. What? Okay, that, I did not know that was going to happen. How does it bounce off there? Okay, million time. There's like a grace period when you're walking on walls and off a triangle, thankfully, so you don't have to like be too worried about your surfaces. You can use the grace period to be greedy too and just like minimize the time you have to spend drawing triangles. This is a very good speed game. Like, I genuinely think this is a phenomenal speed game. It's a bit sad that it's unpopular. The quick save, quick load mechanic is really good too. Like, you don't ever get to points where you lose millions of time because you can just quick save and quick load. Is it a gold? This is a gold. A decent bit too. It was 3 minutes, 1 second. That's solid. Oh. Sometimes it clips you on the wrong side and it's a bit annoying because you have to kind of waddle all the way over to where you need to be. And this game has like the mouse movement requirements of the Witness, and then the platforming of Talos. Well, maybe not quite, but like the platforming of good puzzle game speed games. And then like it's so good. Like just everything about it is so good. What if I do this? Nah, I shouldn't do that. I should probably do this. Yeah, okay, that's good. I will do that probably going forward. Oh, I fucked it. It's really easy to get greedy with the triangle setups and want to go for things when you don't have quite all the surface you need covered. Well, I didn't ask you to go this way, but okay. Okay, that was fine, chapter 8. Could have been better, but... Good. Oh, come on. Come on. So we said this works. Apparently it doesn't anymore, but maybe like this. Maybe like that. Okay, good. Now you get to see the fun part of chapter 9. Just flying through out of bounds. Oh, I almost had it. If you get inside the tunnel, you cannot go outside, so you have to kind of fly past that fox on your way down and grab it. It's funny because all of these chapter 9 clips don't even save that much, but they're just really fun to do, and they do save like 20 seconds together or something like that. But with how massive they are, you really think they would save more, but intended solutions here are actually not too bad. Used to be the thing we did in runs before I came and was like, no, fuck it, let's clip everywhere. This wall sometimes is particularly clip resistant. I don't know why. Okay. Good. Not good. Better. Oh, this was good. It's going to gold by a bit. My chapter 9 goals are still bad for some reason. All the other chapters I have pretty solid goals. Chapter 9, nope. It's trash. Yeah, this is the place where box jumping would save like 10 million years, because there's a fox at the top of this tunnel. And we cannot reach it normally. We're not meant to be reaching it this early intended. You're meant to come back into this tunnel from above, which is what we're going to do. But if you can box jump in that tunnel like 25 times in a row or something stupid like that, then you can get the fox immediately. And it saves a lot because you don't have to do all of this. This isn't particularly slow, but just sitting there and doing the fox jump, the box jump to reach the fox is a lot quicker. This really is just a game about boxes and foxes. Don't know why they called it try. They should have called it like box fox, fox box. This is a fun one because you have to draw the triangles for when you are out of bounds before you get out of bounds. So I just kind of set them up here and then you go. Hopefully this corner cooperates. It's not cooperating. Come on, dude. What's wrong with you? There we go. And then that vertical red pillar, that one here, it moves, like if you activate that lever, it moves. So you cannot draw triangles on it because platforms that move, the game doesn't like when you draw triangles on them. Like it lets you draw the triangles on it, but then it cancels them like seemingly at random. So it's a really annoying thing. No, this are our first light puzzle. I hope that's the right place. Yes. Okay. Yeah, we got the upgrade to bend light. So now we're doing light bending. Oh man, we lost some 30 seconds here. What happened? I guess the clipping was pretty slow. Yeah, that's about the one thing that loses time here. We did clip pretty slowly. This is a fun clip. You just basically quick save by quick save remove the space for your character to exist in this part of the map, and eventually the game flips you upwards. There you go. And through the bars. We call that a layer clip, but that one is a vertical layer clip, which is rare because you don't get many situations where you have to clip vertically through a gate like that. This is a more classical layer clip where you clip through a horizontal gate. Just add layer by layer, and surely enough you eventually get pushed in. That was fast. And now this looks scary, but it isn't. Because you can quick save and because it's really easy. You hardly ever miss the jump. It's really weird that all three instances of layer clipping, well, not all three because there's one more later, but 3 of the 4 instances of layer clipping in the run happen in the same chapter. This is another one where you just kind of use a triangle to push it through the glass, and it usually doesn't work in one. It only works if you do it like really well. So that was a bit fortunate, but yeah, you kind of just add layers until you're pushed through the glass, and you can grab that fox from the other side. This one you're meant to bounce laser around like a million times to always activate that spinning receptor, but we can just make it activate for long enough rather than always with a single triangle, and so that's all we need really. This is a puzzle where you have to activate a button at a range. Nothing too special. We golded by like... Oh, that was actually a decent gold. Yeah, like 10 seconds, not bad. Here there's like an entire world and then this one hub with all three of the foxes. And they made a very grave mistake, because this would be the longest chapter if we were to actually go anywhere near the actual puzzles. But no, we can just clip in the area with the foxes, and that's that. We can just kind of like tour this area. You activate the switches that remove those barriers, so that you can just clip in, and you don't have to clip out and in repeatedly. Very good, chapter 12 too. Man, this run is solid. Hopefully Laser Robo treats me well, because that's like the one huge massive place for timeless now left. I can't see myself losing massive amounts of time anywhere else. Now that I say that, I am obviously going to. I should have done the one triangle clip, but muscle memory. And this works anyway, it's not a big deal. Like, loses like half a second. Oh yeah, those, if you're still watching, I'm not sure if you are, but those white bouncing things are called kamis, and they're just basically a fancier way of doing reflection puzzles. You can bounce them instead of reflecting light beams. It's like slightly different, whatever, nobody really cares. No, you need to take a tour on that box stack, because you need a box to be available like soon, and the best way to do that is to disrupt that pile of boxes so that they start wandering around the level, and eventually they float so far off that they despawn, and when that happens, you can just they respawn at one of many set spawn points throughout the level, and so you can use them. Like, that's one respawn point which you really want, because it's close by, and you need a box exactly here and then never again in the rest of the level. But since you need it there, you are now going to be plagued with random boxes spawning in your face for the rest of the IL. It's also really weird that that is an intended solution, but it is, because nothing else works to get past that point, so that's kind of just what we have to deal with, I guess. Now around that pillar there is a whole like invisible wall thing, but if you get real close to the pillar like this, you get to draw below the invisible wall, and so you now get to be inside it. So you don't have to do climbing on invisible shapes and geometry that you can't see. You can just... Oh, what? Why did that happen? Really weird. Yeah, see, we have boxes spawning in inconvenient places all the time. Oh, I jumped too early. I thought I was much closer. This is a nice puzzle where you're meant to climb all the way around that cube to get the proper geometry to get in here, but it doesn't really matter. You can do it in 3 triangles, but it is cool. Let me out. And then here are more inconvenient triangles. Inconvenient boxes, I meant. The triangles are very convenient. And then you can kind of just make it halfway in the actual building. That one, it doesn't matter, it still lets you do what you need to do. Okay, this was a good chapter 13 too. The previous one I had last run, that golded by 40 seconds, that one was proper mental, but we'll take this. Alright, just the 2 big bad late game chapters left. Hopefully these go well and they get a massive PB, because this is on sick pace for now. This is a fun one. You're basically half clipped through those gates. And so you try to do this, but it doesn't work because you're not clipped far enough. So you just add another one. And now you do it. Yeah, there it is. You just add another triangle and it works. Here you have to walk out. Because normally the gate is open, so you can just walk back in. But since the gate is not open, you have to go out through that hole in the wall, which is really inconvenient. This cube is a mechanic that, to my knowledge, isn't used anywhere else in the game. There's just a gate, and when you walk through that gate, you swap places with the cube, and it's the only way outside of a very inconsistent way of clipping to enter that box down there. This is the most infamous puzzle in the game. It's laser hallway. I feel like I got something wrong here. Yep, I put it 1 place too forward. That felt wrong. That's better. It's really bad because getting consistent bounces the same way every time is basically impossible. So you have to do like basically having a setup for this. I have one, but it took years of effort basically, and even then, if it's off by a bit, it's very bad. When will this land? I don't know. Let me just do this. At some point this is meant to hit the last crystal. I'm not sure why it isn't. Oh, it's because it's stopping it there. Okay. Generally, I didn't think that was happening, but okay then. Okay, there it is. Okay, that's good. Lost a bit of time, but we found it eventually. And now with this setup, you can nail those two crystals at once. Usually, but apparently not now. Fuck, this is very bad. Can I get away with this? No, it bounces. Yep, I have to redo that. I think this should work. There we go. That lost some big time. All the way down, that's good. Oh, wait. Do I have a snipe? I heard the sound of a snipe. I saw the snipe. Where is it? It's here. Bam! That's mental. That's actually mental. I didn't even see the last crystal, and I got it. That is so good. We had some trouble at the start, but that redeemed it. That laser always was redeemed right there. That is such an annoying puzzle. I'm sure, like, even watching it's irritating, because lining up things is just not fun or consistent. Okay, so that cube we threw earlier, we can now walk through this yellow gate. Oh, and it is connected. Good. Ah man, this is not as good as I was hoping for. Okay, we had a brief picnic, but we're back. The start of that laser hallway was messy enough that we still lost like a ton of time there, but it was good enough. It was salvageable. Good. Again, my PB has a mental chapter 15. Like, genuinely, the best thing I've ever done in this game is that chapter 15. So, I don't know. This can sub 50, which would be sick if I play this well, but I'm going to have to play this very well. Clip me. Clip me! Ah! Clip me! Come on! Annoying. This is not a hard clip too. There we go. Those foxes destroy the triangles, so that's why I'm drawing them far apart, because if you have multiples attached, then the fox will just walk over them and destroy them. That was not good. That's more like it. Actually dropped on the place. Hopefully this clips me out fast. Good, very good. I should have probably done it a bit lower. Yeah. I should not have lined it up like this, but it worked, okay. Now, let's not forget about that planet like I did the last time. I think the big hole is this way. This is a really confusing planet, yeah. You have to just find this big hole, but there's like having directions in that planet is just impossible. And then you have to climb down like this. Then you get inside here. And the fox has no gravity, the boxes do, so you have to go all the way up. Drop the box on the fox. Fox will bounce down to a height you can reach. And that's the level. And then here for the small planets. How many minutes do I have? 4:30 for planets and... okay. I have no idea what that means, because I don't have a good estimate of how much planets take. I don't watch the timer that often, and I don't get to play this chapter that often. I'm not sure if waiting there is the play, but I've done it, so too bad if it isn't. Waiting here is definitely the play. Building the triangle like that was not the play. I'm normally very good at not doing that stupid thing. Yeah, splitting them up so that when the bottom one falls, the top one remains. That's a stupid thing to mess up. Oh, I had it. I didn't think I could climb up from that height. Yep, now I couldn't. Really silly. There we go. I can press spacebar if I actually try. This should have been faster, but whatever. Was good enough. Split Kami. 40 seconds for split Kami. Yeah, that's a tough one. But I don't know, I've been having really good split Kami runs in my run, in fairness. This is called split Kami room because you're meant to... there's this flow of Kamis, the white bouncy things. And you're meant to use a spinning circle, that orange thing there on the other side of the room, to split the flow of it, so that you can power up 2 things at a time, both of those receptors at a time. But you can just power up one and then power up the other in quick succession. Oh, come on. Okay. What? Okay. So yeah, you just power up the first, and then you power up the second, and then you do it quick enough, and it works. That was a crazy good split kami room, by the way. Like, insane. Could have been like a little better, but that was mad. Speaking of mad, chapter 16 is called Madness, and you clip outside at the start of it. I feel like I should do it a bit lower, yeah. Oh, I never do it this direction. It is weird why they do that, I don't know. It's also very hard to see because there's a whole, like, aura visual effect. Oh, what? That failed? That's really odd, yeah. Basically, you can drop down here and for some reason there's a respawn point that brings you to do this last puzzle in the level. Or if you drop into the void, you just void out and respawn at the spawn, which isn't very useful. And so you have to be very careful about where you drop from that clip. Now, this puzzle is evil. I don't like it. It's very not consistent for me. Hopefully this works, I guess. There is a fox, and you want the fox to chase a triangle. And then you want to lure her into, like, essentially shooting yourself with the laser. So you draw a sequence of triangles that block the laser so that she doesn't think it's there. And then when she breaks the triangle, the laser activates. Whoa, phew. That's really inconsistent for me. I'm really relieved that I hit her first try, because sometimes she like gets close to the triangle, but not on the exact spot where you pointed the laser. And yeah, it's just not a good time. But yeah, that was the last chapter. I think I am golding this because I never had good last chapters in this, on these splits. Here you just have to build a path for this guy to bring his dead fox with, well, not dead, but unconscious, I guess. And then you can bonk into him to push him. This saves barely any time, because it's very little. But, yeah. You have nothing else to do because you need him to walk all the way, so you just slam into his back over and over. Yeah, we're not going to sub 50, but we're going to sub 51 for sure. Oh, what? This isn't even a gold? Really? I thought this was really good. I guess the clip had some trouble. It's really nice because this epilogue, which is kind of just an ending cutscene, is exactly 1 minute long, so you know your time before it plays out.
I thank you for saving my companion. And against all odds.
So this is going to be a 50-33, which is pretty solid. It could have been better though. I was 3 minutes ahead after 13. That's like a lot of time.
And we will leave this place forever. Red and I have a lot to catch up on. Farewell, dear acolyte. No, dear friend.
Summer best is sub 47 now. That's good. Time is when this screen pops up. 50:33. I have to get lunch now.